I first realized Slugfest was the greatest sports game ever when 10-year-old me saw the loading screens for the first time.
Wow.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Trip, and today I want to talk about sports. Now, sports games have been around for a while, but in 2021, they just seem to be the same game over and over again. Maybe you can spot the differences between FIFA 2018 and FIFA 2021, but I sure as hell can't. The early 2000s were a magical era of intriguing sports games. We're talking back when superstar Sammy Sosa was still black. Look it up, dude. He pulled a Michael Jackson. You had awesome titles like NFL Street, which takes football and makes it ghetto. NBA Street, which takes basketball and makes it ghetto. Looking back now, I guess the formula was kind of obvious. But out of all these gang-banging sports games, the best by far was Slugfest 2004. I mean, imagine being able to make baseball exciting. We're talking about a game where you spend half the time sitting on your ass. Yet Slugfest plays like some sort of action-packed adventure RPG slide kick to the nuts style game. I remember playing countless hours with my brother all jacked up on pixie sticks when we were little kids. So yeah, this video is going to be opinionated. If you couldn't tell by the title, that's your fault. And yes, the game that has been running in the background is Slugfest. I'll explain later why most of these are crazy, kooky characters and not regular baseball players. So let's take a look back at a lost gem from an inspired generation. Okay, you know how in sports, if somebody's doing well, people will say that they were on fire? Yeah, Slugfest incorporated this directly, because players will burst into flames if they're doing well that game. Let me explain. Let's say a player hit a home run their first at bat. Next time they step up to the plate, they'll be steaming. At this point, all you gotta do is get them on base and they turn into a human torch. And until they screw up again, they're running at ultra maximum power mode. And the only thing better than Barry Bonds is Barry Bonds on crack. And he's also on fire. Fire also helps your players when they're in combat situations. Wait, combat situations? This is baseball, right? Why would it have a combat system? Because it's f***ing sick, dumbass. Here, let me explain again. If there's a runner on base, a fielder can just run up and start beating the shit out of him. But be careful because, of course, the runner can swing back. And this is the fight. Most battles end with the fielder losing the ball, giving the runner a chance to steal a base. But occasionally, the fielder will just punch the player off the base for an easy out. It's a great system that can also be very frustrating. The same practice applies to sliding into bases. If you slide into a base and hold R2, you'll lift your leg to drop kick the fielder. Sometimes they drop the ball and you're safe, but other times they hold on and you're out. These little violence-based toss-ups add a whole new meta to the game of baseball, to where a fitting name for this game could also be Mike Tyson's MLB Slugfest 2004. But on base isn't the only place that fights happen. Let's say a pitcher starts repeatedly beaming hitters one after another one. This could actually help his team out, as nearly every time a player is beamed, they receive a stats nerf, meaning that next time they're at the plate, they're not going to hit nearly as hard as they could have before. However, if you peg too many, eventually one of them catches on fire and charges the mound. Typically this ends with the pitcher getting an ass whooping and the batter getting a stats buff. And since Slugfest incentivizes violence, it makes the game that much more fun because you're able to hurt the other team into being a worse team. And most importantly, it's pretty funny to watch a giant eagle and scorpion from Mortal Kombat get into a fist fight on first base. Which reminds me, the cheat codes. Oh man, the cheat codes. First off, let's talk about how you enter the codes. It's the perfect way of doing it. For a brief moment after starting the game, the cheat screen pops up. At this point, you randomly spam buttons on your controller in hopes of entering a code. This is a cool way of doing it because you don't need the codes to get some. You just need to spastically slam all the buttons and wish for the best. And that's something that anybody can do. And the cheat codes are sick. You can change the stadium or like make your team a bunch of lions or eagles, horses, Mortal Kombat characters. It's wild. What the hell ever happened to cheat codes? This pisses me off. They need to make a comeback soon. Because yeah, the game is a little bit more fun when you're crushing home runs as a horse person. This is entertainment. This is Slugfest oozing with personality. From the way the batter walks up to the box, to the way the fielders throw temper tantrums when a home run is hit on their team. There's so much character in life, and that's something that's not really popular in today's meta. And I get that modern sports games are supposed to be simulators, but still, where's the fun? Now all these things are cool, but how does the game feel? It feels like juicy butter. The physics are bouncy and tight, and they feel fun. The pitches in the game are crazy. Curveballs that actually curve and screwballs that actually screw. In normal baseball, I can never tell what the hell they're pitching. They all just look like fastballs, but that's probably just my fault. The best pitch in the game is by far the special pitch. You see, after throwing a bunch of strikes, you unlock a special pitch, and it's absolute chaos. There's a bunch of different types, and you never know which one you're gonna throw, but good luck f***ing hitting it, because, I mean, look at this. Now, baseball players aren't really known for having the best bodies, or being in shape in general, but everyone on the field is a goddamn freak of nature. The diving plays are sick. I mean, look at these guys jump when they're just running around the field. It's these kind of exaggerated physics that make the game so much more fun than a simulation, and so much easier to use. The game's learning curve is very quick, so even your friend that's not the best at games can still have a good time. However, my wife refuses to play it with me, so she's a jerk. And there's so many ways to play it too. The game offers a bunch of other features like challenge mode that I actually never played, but I guess it would keep track of your stats if you had to play the PC in case you didn't have any friends, which I didn't have, but I did have a brother, so you know, good enough. And it's also got season mode, which again, I didn't play either, because like playing a whole season, that's like 100 something games. No way, I don't have enough time for that. And because I never beat these modes, I never got to watch these videos in the extras section. And I can't find them online either, so I don't think I'll ever get to see them. I did use the other features though, like tournament mode, create a team, and of course home run derby. Those were all a lot of fun to play when you had friends over. And these were all really good modes to have when the standard quick play loses its muster. And one of the things that never got old about this game was the humor in it. Even playing it now as an adult, the commentators are still just as hilarious as I remember them being when I was a little kid.
Hey Jimmy, did I lend you my lawnmower last fall? Because I was looking for it, I didn't find it in the garage.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did ask for it, right? And I brought it out that weekend.
It was a year ago.
Yeah, with the power drive that, and
No, it was a nice.
yeah, it has the
lawnmower.
bag, the mulcher, the whole deal. You know what? I'm gonna need that back.
Yeah, it did. You know what? I accidentally got thrown out.
What do you mean?
Well,
What do you mean accidentally?
the garbage men
It's
thought
gone?
it was junk, but then they
Junk?
threw it out.
That was a beautiful, beautiful lawnmower, Jimmy. What do you mean they thought it was junk?
Well,
Where'd you
it
leave
wasn't
it?
that good. My neighbor didn't like it.
What?
He used
What
to
was he
use
driving?
it all the, I don't know. The whole neighborhood used it.
Did you
and then
put
we
it
threw
out at the curb?
We threw it out.
They were funny and had charisma, but the real reason that this game is the greatest of all time, and the last thing that I want to talk about because it is just the best part about this game, is that the game included bonus features, and one of the videos was about Jim Edmonds. Like, holy f***, that's the coolest thing ever, Jim f***ing Edmonds? Oh my god. I just can't believe it. I haven't stopped watching this video. I've been watching this video for 3 goddamn hours straight, and it's just the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Honestly, I have no f***ing clue who Jim Edmonds is. But I can't say it enough. This game was crazy awesome. I wish modern sports games would take a page out of Slugfest's book and try to make the game fun. Make it entertaining. Make it something different from last year's. And as I said before, I understand that modern sports games are simulators and they're not concerned with style. But sports are about rivalry, right? Because that's what makes Slugfest so great. I grew up in Chicago, so Cubs vs. Sox was always a battle. And when you're playing against your friend who's a Sox fan, it makes the game way more enjoyable when you can straight punch Frank Thomas in the jaw or slide kick Paul Konerko off first base. Because f*** the White Sox. They suck. But anyways, if you're still watching, don't subscribe. Just go and get Slugfest, beat the season and challenge modes, unlock these 2 videos, download them and tweet them at me, along with how you liked the video. And as always, thanks for watching.